off the decider of 2025. And they kick away from Payne Haas in the direction of Corey Jensen, who runs it back and triggers the first impact of the evening. Played to Pakes. Melbourne surging in defence here, trying to contain Brisbane at their own end early in the game. That's Piakura playing it. Now Pat Carrigan. Surrounded by a strong Melbourne defence. The week's suspension gave him a week of R&R to get ready for the big dance. And now Payne Haas. A penalty to Brisbane.
Balls in the slides, Dominic. No.
Well, that was the charge from Payne Haas. Squeezed in between defenders and found the ground. That's why they got the penalty. Bit of extra.
First penalty of the grand final blown by Grant Atkins, who oversees the decider after 316 NRL games as a referee. The Broncos inside Melbourne's half. Here's Jensen again, part of a Cowboys team which lost the 2017 grand final. Played to Corey Pakes, one of 5 Broncos on grand final debut. Here's Walsh's first involvement tonight. The modern game's ultimate match winner. Gets dealt with nicely by Cameron Munster. Pakes with a scurry. And now Carrigan backslammed. Strong defence with a positive start with the ball for the Broncos, who have scored 196 points in their 6-game winning run leading into tonight. Piakura. Carrigan again. And now Payne Haas. Tackle 10 metres short of the Melbourne Storm line. Reynolds up back. Welsh joins in with all his dazzling speed. The ball goes out to the right and Mariner scores after little more than 2 minutes. What a stunning start!
Well, he tiptoed along the dead ball line, Dean Mariner, and trying to get under the post, but it's Reece Walsh, his second touch of the set. He is all power, Reece Walsh. Harvey Norman replay. Just watch this. Jack Howarth, he flies out of the line, and the rubber man, Reece Walsh, he bounces off him, gets the pass away to Mariner. He tiptoes along the line here. Oh, that's close. The Broncos strike first.
Dean, put the ball down, mate.
Oh,
You're kidding me.
He's good. He's good. No touch of the line, but they got the ball to Reece.
Well, we highlighted in the pre-game, Reece Walsh running to that side, attacking the gap between Munster and his centre, Jack Howarth. And on the back of a penalty and a 6 to go, they marched downfield.
He might only be 5'10" and 88 kilos, but Reece Walsh is all power, whether it's his passing game, his kicking, and most importantly, his running game. You watch how he bounces off Jack Howarth, the much bigger man here. He keeps his balance and still has the ability to throw the cutout ball to Mariner. That's brilliant by Walsh. Freddie?
It wasn't too different how they scored the winning try against Penrith last week to get themselves into the grand final. Interesting, Grant Atkins. I think he got the grand final because he didn't give away too many penalties. For a couple of minutes in, he's given a penalty away and a 6 again. He sent a message as well. What a great start to the grand final.
Now, Adam Reynolds is waiting to attempt this conversion. He hasn't been given the green light just yet.
Well, I thought he was good. Try confirm. There we go.
What a breathtaking start by the Broncos, and as we've said in the pre-game, it feels like you could be at Suncorp Stadium here tonight. The weight of support well and truly behind the Queensland team. Reynolds from in front. The Broncos lead 6-0. Well, the game's comeback kings are playing from the front. After 4 minutes, Brisbane lead the grand final 6 points to 0, and that man, Reece Walsh, to the forefront once again. He has 60 tackle busts in his last 7 games leading into tonight, and 9 try assists in his last 6 games. Total dominance from the Broncos fullback talisman. Now Katoni Staggs. That'll be a battle tonight, won't it? Staggs versus Howarth. So Melbourne yet to touch the ball except to kick off, and now Ricky goes beyond his own 40-metre line.
Jack Howarth come out of that tackle. And Katoni Staggs a bit ginger. He's hobbling. Keep an eye on him, Freddie.
Here's Ryan Pappenhausen, the last non-Penrith Panther to win a Clive Churchill medal, thanks to his dazzling performance in the grand final of 2020. Played by Xavier Coates. And now Will Warbrick, whose career was probably in the balance because of concussion earlier in the season, yet he lines up for only his 7th game of the season in tonight's grand final. Eli Katoa, 13 tries in the year. One of the Dally M second rowers of the year for 2 years running now. Here's Jerome Hughes. What immense courage he has shown to return from what we thought were 2 season-ending injuries to line up here on grand final night. Well, Brad, we've heard from you after the Brisbane try, but the conditions could not be any better for a grand final.
Well, the boys have got the best of it. The NRLW they played was 33 degrees, and I've got to say, one of the great NRLW games. Congratulations to the Brisbane Broncos. There's no dew at all on the grass. They are perfect conditions. There's had 1 game of footy in a month here. And that try, we believe, is the 2nd fastest in history, behind David Furness' try in 1994, where Canberra beat the Bulldogs.
Oh, that's bounced favourably here for Brisbane.
No, I've got a one-on-one strip by Gemmett who pulls it that way.
So it appeared initially that Warbrick had knocked that on, but our referee says it was a one-on-one steal by Shibasaki, and that is a Brisbane knock-on, in fact.
Yeah, there's a conversation with the Brisbane players, but do you risk your challenge? Only 6 minutes into the contest. Yeah, touches Shibasaki first, then goes into a Melbourne Storm player. The right decision.
But that's a sign of the Broncos. They attack. They love to attack.
Fuck off! Hold!
Vatui Kamanu, he's standing outside the scrum here, outside Pappenhausen.
And unsurprisingly, he is given the ball. So Stefano off the back of probably the best game of his NRL career in the prelim against the Sharks. He was a wooden spooner last year. He could be a premiership winner tonight. Big Stefano. Melbourne down inside the 30-metre line. Played by Bloor. Grant exploring. Fires it to Munster. Hughes wrapped around Pappenhausen. That scintillating attack by Melbourne. They get an early try. Nick Meaney busting through.
Yeah, beautiful play. This is the Melbourne Storm. There's a nice play here from Sean Bloor, which stops the outside defence of the Broncos jamming. Harvey Norman replay. Watch, they'll hit Bloor here, which holds the outside defence, which gives Pappenhausen time, and Nick Mooney, look at that swerve. Great try.
Yeah, all key players touch the ball there, Joey. First, Harry Grant, he gets the ball to Hughes. Munster's involved. Pappenhausen and Nick Meaney, he just steams onto the ball, running at great speed, gets inside Walsh. Had a bit to do, Nick Meaney, and they strike straight back. Here it is here. Harry Grant gets it out. Munster, nice little set play. Hughes, Pappenhausen, and Meaney just runs that perfect line back on the inside against the grain. Melbourne back in it.
That's just Melbourne Storm. Absolutely perfect. Perfect timing, ball in front. As you said, Bill, the key players combining.
Well, that's the game. That's the game. The best players in the game are on both sides of the field here. And they've got to get the footy in their hands.
Well, the conditions are conducive to attacking footy, and this is looming as a grand final shootout. Meaney converts his own try. They only scored 1 try in last year's grand final, the Melbourne Storm. They're on the board through a Nick Meaney try inside the first 10 minutes. A bruising run by Stefano, and an incisive charge on the back of that by Harry Grant. Now Pappenhausen straight out of dummy half and straight up near the 40-metre line.
Oh, that's danger signs. Harry Grant getting out.
Munster and Hughes. And they shift straight out towards Will Warbrick. Both teams want to let this football sing on the biggest night of the season. Katoa. Hughes whacks it high in the air. Pressure at the back on Walsh, who's immediately tackled by Cameron Munster, who's playing in his 6th grand final tonight. Part of an illustrious group of champion players that includes Raper, Coote, Proven and Smith. Mariner playing it. Run by Corey Pakes. Stopped on the 40-metre line. Van Hunt's pass hits the ground. It bounced favourably for Ricky, who went to Reynolds, and then he whacked a kick downfield with some backspin on it. It sat up beautifully in the end goal. And back comes Xavier Coates, who's jolted by his Queensland Origin teammate Pat Carrigan. Oh, but Corey Jensen went on with it. It's a penalty to Melbourne.
There was no need for that second effort.
He kept going.
It's a penalty. It's a bit excited there. Something Brad Fittler spoke about last week in the game against Penrith. When Ben Hunt went to dummy half, some of the passes weren't hitting the mark that time there. He didn't hit the halfback, Adam Reynolds, on the chest. Freddie?
I think Adam Reynolds was using his knowledge at a South Sydney player then. This is a very hard surface. I was talking to the groundskeepers. They're just saying they can't get enough water on this at the moment because it's just a sand base and it just sinks straight through. We've had such great weather and so much sunshine. How we got backspin on that, no one knows.
Freddie, the crowd, we can hear it from up here. Have they taken a breath yet?
No, no one stopped. No one's sitting. Everyone's standing.
And nor should they, given the brand of football both teams are playing. Some room in behind the ruck there for Trent Liero. Melbourne rolling up to the 30. Here's Hughes. Short pass, Katoa. Room again for Meany. He gets shut down. That was a critical tackle. And Shibasaki had to stop him there. Comes now to the ever-reliable Josh King, who's got an offload in this time. It goes back to Hughes. Now Pappenhausen from one side to the other. Howarth.
He's gone. Yeah, he looks lame.
Hughes pops it up. Here comes Coates trying to weave through. It's a Falcon.
Oh, look, he's back.
And it's a penalty to Melbourne.
He goes straight across his line.
Payne Haas back in cover again.
Well, when Jack Howarth got the ball on the previous play, he looked like he couldn't accelerate.
Well, mate,
That's a real concern for Melbourne.
when you got that groin problem, when you can't really stretch out. I saw him grabbing at his groin. It was after that big tackle on his opposition, Katoni Staggs, early in the game.
No thought of two. Melbourne to continue this attacking march. Harry Grant, Josh King.
They're all swinging left.
Tackled outside the right-hand post. Grant now. Hughes goes into the line. He certainly allayed any fears around his injuries with a dazzling performance last week. 6 more tackles. The Broncos trying to hang firm on their own goal line. Played by Meany. Harry again running. And Katoa tackled a couple away. Munster first receiver. Takes on the defence, beats a couple, 6 more tackles. Consecutive set restarts. And the possession starting to mount up in favour of Melbourne. Brisbane barely hanging on. Grant goes himself, he's denied.
Yeah, Staggs is onto him.
Pappenhausen, Munster, Hughes with a kick through, and it is a try to Katoa. He's a try-scoring freak in the back row. 14 for the year.
Yeah, these two have a great combination. Jerome Hughes and Ali Katoa, that right edge. Sometimes they don't even need to call a play. They just read the same situation. Harvey Norman replay, Munster to Hughes, and then Katoa, he just chases that kick. They know each other's game so well, and he gets the ball down. What a player, Eli Katoa.
They're rushing defence from the Broncos. Every time they look to go wide, the Melbourne Storm, the outside defenders are really rushing. And that's one way to stop it. Kick in behind. Class. What a game we've got.
So often comes down with the footy. There's the Yui fan cam. Crown Casino in Melbourne. And they love it. And whether it's in the air, Joey, or on the ground, Ellie, he always comes down with the footy.
He's such a smart player, isn't he?
Well, he threw a pass.
That cutout early in the game.
Threw it to Will Warbrick.
It was a bullet.
Well, haven't they fought back here, the Melbourne Storm? Down 6-0, hadn't touched the ball until 5 minutes into the contest. It's been all Melbourne since then. As we come back from a break, big change, big story in this game. Jack Howard, he's come from the field, and Tyron Wishart, you see him on the screen there, he's gone to left centre.
Well, he's renowned for his versatility. He's played in every game for Melbourne this year, primarily in the halves, starting at half-back in 5'8", filling in for Hughes and Munster, but playing in the centres is somewhat foreign for him. And I'm sure that will also have flow-on effects for Craig Bellamy's plan with respect to interchange.
Well, that side of the field for the Storm's really been leaking points. Tony Staggs will like his chances up against Tyron Wishart.
Gee, they're running powerfully, Melbourne. That was another damaging set. Oh, Reece Walsh nearly ran a couple of the Melbourne chasers off the ball there, but he provided sufficient support for Josiah Karapani, whose wingmate Dean Mariner runs back to be met by the defence.
Yeah, it won't be such a problem with the football. It's defensively. Although Tyron Wishart is a capable defender, it's a specialist position. And not having repetition in that position will certainly be tested.
Yeah, nothing doing for Adam Reynolds. Incredible to think how this game works in weird ways. Reynolds, part of that South Sydney team, which was defeated by the Panthers back in 2021. The grand final result which started the dynasty, and Reynolds' right boot ended the dynasty only last week. Pappenhausen back to the 30. And now Tyron Wishart, whose famous father, Rod, was on the losing side of the equation in that drama-charged grand final, lost to Melbourne back in 1999, the first grand final played here. He came off the bench for St George Illawarra in that stunning game. Danica with some news for us.
Yes, we just had an update from the Melbourne medical staff. They are saying that Jack Howard has injured a tendon in his groin. They are working on it, but at this stage they do not believe that he'll be able to return to the field.
All right, big blow. Thanks, Danica. Hughes again. Katoa chasing pressure on Walsh. Katoa allowed to at least attempt the catch, but he's knocked the ball forward.
Yeah, been a deliberate plan to kick to that right corner.
Back there.
And Karapani's over there. And that's Jerome Hughes' favourite side. Eli Katoa, he's chasing the kicks, along with Will Warbrick.
The Broncos seeking the club's 7th premiership victory and first for 19 years. It is hard to fathom that the powerhouse club of the NRL has been nearly 2 decades without lifting any silverware. And the last man to hold the trophy aloft for Brisbane was the great Darren Lockyer, and he was the man that helped deliver the trophy pre-game with Christian Welsh. Walsh now comes blitzing onto the ball. He went to Shibasaki, who goes to Karapani, who has 11 tries in 12 games this year. He started the year really as a fringe first grader, but lines up in the grand final tonight in his 22nd NRL game. Played by Ben Hunt.
All good.
Walsh kicking from a left-hand short side. It's a clever kick to a tumbles end over end, almost down to Melbourne's goal line, where Pappenhausen retrieves, and he goes to Xavier Coates, and the Broncos, courtesy of that set, have won back a bit of field position. Wishart now.
Well, that's how the Broncos need to play. They need to play with a little bit of risk. Reece Walsh.
Tackle. Ben Hunt.
He got the ball out of the back a bit of shape. That's how they got to play the Broncos.
Meany offloading. Grant promoting. Katoa with a fend on Jensen. He's able to get past Hunt and offloading late. Here's Hughes. He comes sprinting onto the ball. That's the way they love to play offload football, with all of their running men around the middle of the ground, and they get 6 more tackles now. Stefano past the halfway.
Well, they were going nowhere there until they got a couple of offloads, which got them to 6 to go.
There's the hero. His 100th NRL game tonight. What an evening to mark that personal milestone. Munster out the back. Pappenhausen, Coates stretching out.
Oh, there's a high shot here. There's a real high shot from Reece Walsh.
I know.
He looked like he was buckling a little bit, Xavier Coates. Yeah, down on his knees. He gets him with the point of the shoulder.
Well, we've seen all year this is a sin bin.
Is the Euclides not a shoulder charge, Ash? Go back 10. You're on report because he's falling, that's all.
Good decision.
Mate, we're moving on. It's back 10.
They're just hanging on, aren't they, the Broncos?
Maybe if it wasn't a grand final.
100%.
Well, Stefano breaking out of defence now. Haas chases him. Oh, he's almost run over the top of Corey Pakes. They are struggling to hold him here, Brisbane. They scored the first try after 2 minutes. Melbourne have gone bang, crash, and maybe they're about to go wallop. Katoa inside the 10 now. Carrigan was left on the ground. Only one marker. Grant with a run. Hughes now goes to Munster. Now Pappenhausen. Now Wishart. Closed down by Katoni Staggs around the legs. Here's Harry. And Munster's scheming as ever. Nothing happening. So he goes to Liero, who's happy to submit, although he can play the ball quickly. 6 metres away now, right in front of the post. Grant to Munster to Stefano Utoikamanu. Toying with Brisbane's defence. Contained right on the Broncos goal line now. They swing to the right. Warbrick, open passage to the line. He goes over to score a grand final try.
We spoke about Eli Katoa chasing kicks. And Billy mentioned the cutout pass early in the game. Just watch the balance here. Harvey Norman replay. This will show it. Watch this. Catch, pass in traffic, hits the mark. Honestly, Wally Lewis would be proud of that pass. Watch it from this angle. Catch, pass, out in front.
King Katoa.
Got another king. Sorry, Gutho.
Well, the trust that Jerome Hughes has in Eli Katoa to make that play. There's so many key players on the field for Melbourne. They give it to Eli Katoa. Warbrick had plenty to do. He gets down nice and low. He's a big man. He's a try scorer. Down to you, Freddie.
Now, Eli Katoa, he scores them running through holes. He scores them going over the top of players, catching kicks. But his best one's when he passes. He set up a similar try in an earlier semi-final where he just catches and delivers. Look at that, right on the button. Right on the button. This all came from a 6 again, 41 metres out from the Melbourne Storm line on the 5th tackle. The Broncos need to get their discipline in order, or they're going to see more of this.
To catch that ball in traffic right near the defensive line, and then he moves his footwork to pass that pass for a big man. That's talent. Serious talent.
Meany from right out on touch. It's a good strike, but it's waved away. He's an incredible athlete, Will Warbrick. He scored tries in his last 4 games now, and Melbourne stretch out to a 10-point lead. 16-6 in the grand final of 2025 before a full house here at Sydney's Accor Stadium, an atmosphere to rival anything we have seen.
Well, they're perfect. 15 from 15, the Melbourne Storm, and they've been using the ball. Plenty of offloads.
He's lost the ball, Stefano.
Here we go. 15 from 16.
And that was Piakura up underneath.
Adam.
He likes that zone, Brendan Piakura. He's fired up.
Just wondering, Billy, how long until Ezra Mam comes into the game? The move has been takes off the field, Hunt to hooker, and maybe Ezra is the spark with a half-time looming.
Well, if you're going to make it before half-time, you may as well make it with plenty of time to go. Give him plenty of football. He's a real dangerous player. Loves his left foot step. He can score points.
You reckon Ben Hunt's got some grand final baggage?
Kick.
He kicks ahead straight away from the scrub. Look at Mariner dashing. Pappy was awake to the threat.
Yeah, Pappenhausen, he came from the scrum. He saves the day, but that's a brave play. And kick on play one off the scrum. They know Melbourne like coming up and in. You look here, Reynolds sees the space. That's courageous.
Pappenhausen's not there, Bill. That's try time.
Absolutely.
And just to finish that point I was making, Ezra, the only player in the history of the game to score 3 tries in a losing grand final 2 years ago. They kick long, and Carrigan comes charging back and gets absolutely levelled by King. So the first change is Kobe Hetherington. His last game was a Bronco. He's Manly bound for next year, and now Payne Haas. Oh, incredible strength he got off the ground there. Reynolds playing out wide. Walsh joining in. Katoni Staggs, if he gave the pass, there was a real chance there for Mariner, but he hangs on. 6 more tackles. Sean Bloor slow off the tackle play. Hetherington that time. So the Broncos with a full complement, and they're down inside Melbourne's 10-metre arc. Banks goes behind Hetherington. Here's Walsh with all his dazzling pace. A dummy and offload. Mariner steps back infield. Staggs pulled down. Great defence, Melbourne.
He is so dangerous for Reece Walsh.
Reynolds for Hunt, a juggle, and then a kick, and it's too shallow. And there were ample tackles left on that set.
He got absolutely leveled too, Ben Hunt.
You'd like to have that one again, Benny Hunt. And Reece Walsh. This is the Westpac red zone, 6 again in the opposition's 20. See that through to the Storm, through to the Broncos.
Here's Alec McDonald now. Adds a great speed around the middle of the field off the bench. Munster with a floater. It's a missed kick. It lands in open territory, then bounces hard towards the dead ball line, and it goes over the back. So 7 tackle set, 20-metre restart.
7 tackles set, 20-metre restart for the Brisbane Broncos.
Well, Payne Haas is coming off. We've seen him play 80 minutes in these semi-finals.
Well, his replacement is Xavier Willison, who made a profound impact coming off the bench last week in what was his first game since round 22. Played 41 minutes, scored a try, scattered a few on his way.
Josh King.
Ben Hunt, oh, big shot. It was Jerome Hughes with his busted arm and everything. I don't know whether he crept up high. The crowd certainly thought so, and then there's some intervention from the bunker.
A big shot.
Well, he threw everything into him, broken arm and all.
That was his good arm. Actually, it was his bad arm.
It's his bad arm and he needs a shouldering instruction on that shot.
It was his bad arm. How'd I miss that? He's got Mal Meninga's cast on his left forearm. Yes, Brad?
Well, last time he ran at him, he actually broke his arm, so pretty smart choice to go up around the head.
Well, I suppose that's one way you could look at it. 20 metres away now. Brisbane with the first try. They've watched 3 run in at the other end of the ground. Have they got an answer back? 12 minutes until half-time. It's been an attack-oriented grand final so far. Gee, that's good hands by Reynolds.
Yeah, smart by Munster. He rushed out at Walsh. You can give him a chance to get to the outside.
Ricky contained 5 metres away from the Melbourne Storm line. Here's the big unit, Willison. They're not going to let him crash over from that close. Pake's waiting. Reynolds tries to kick for the space. The ball bounces back.
It touches Alec and then touches Josh.
Accidental offside. I'll get the ball
You
back.
can challenge like an accidental offside.
I'm going to challenge it.
Okay, we've got a stoppage for HIA, but also a captain's challenge from Melbourne. Live decision of accidental offside after the kick from Melbourne.
Well, everyone can take a breath.
Just get the ball here. It comes off the knee of Josh King and then off Adam Reynolds. It's play on at this stage. It's not play, that's still the last tackle.
We didn't even touch Alec.
Melbourne then gain possession and are tackled. It'll be a play the ball with Eli Katoa, tackle 1. The challenge is successful.
Smart challenge, Harry Grant.
I think that was Pappenhausen demanding that.
But it's late
You would
for
have got
him.
the great view
Still
from
getting challenged.
behind. HIA here to Picura.
Pat.
Tyson Smoothie, who's gone on to replace him, started at lock last week in the absence of Pat Carrigan.
Yeah, well, he'll go to the middle of the field. And Xavier Willison, he'll go out to that left edge for the Broncos.
Now let's see Brisbane surge here. These are tough runs, and that's a tough tackle. Ricky racing off the line. Here's McDonald now. Some evasive footwork as he gets to Brisbane's defence. Past the 20-metre line, picked up by Grant. And now Jerome Hughes. Incredible speed. Great footwork. One of the great players of the modern game. The Dally M winner from last season, of course. Munster punches it long. Taken it back by Mariner. And he busts away from the first tackle, back within 10 metres of the halfway. Look, they won't be panicking, Brisbane. We know that they are comfortable chasing points. The stats tell us that they've overcome deficits of 14 points or more 5 times this year, including both of their finals games. Not sure Michael Maguire is all that keen for a finish that replicates that one down in Canberra, or indeed last week at Suncorp, but he'll take the win whichever way he can get it. Almost through Hetherington, but no markers there. And Walsh comes rampaging onto the ball. Reece Walsh has lit it up.
He's the most powerful player on the field, without doubt. Just have a look at him here. Kobe Hetherington. He creates the indent in the defensive line. Harvey Norman replay. Inside ball from Smoothie to Hetherington. There's the quick play the ball. Just look at Reece Walsh. He goes from the right to the left and just explodes. Oh. Look at the leg power. Palm. Post. Rattles. That's power. Reece Walsh.
Oh, what a grand final try. Sit back and look at this. We know he's got the Hollywood looks, but he's tough. He's as tough as they come, Reece Walsh, and just said, give me the ball. Oh, look at him looking down at Pappenhausen. Fullback.
Determination.
That's a big 5 or 6 players.
That's an inspiring try. That is one of the most inspiring grand final tries I've ever seen. Freddie?
It was great down in halfway. There was about 5 or 6 Broncos all pushing up, demanding the ball. And he heard Reece Walsh's voice and he just threw it straight to him. Just as he was scoring the try, Ezra Mam just started warming up down the sideline. He's got the number 3 in his hand. He's ready to come on.
Ezra Mam is into the game with the Broncos on the front foot. Melbourne 16, Brisbane 12. What a grand final.
Well, the great players, they don't leave it to chance. We saw Reece Walsh, he ducked from the right to the left and said, give me the ball. Now Michael Maguire, he's gone to his bench. He's got another strike player on the field, Ezra Mam. What a game we've got.
Well, what he's saying is we want points, more points before half-time. Watch him attack. These last 8 minutes, the Broncos. This game, what a second half we're going to have.
The other threat is Ben Hunt out of dummy half. He's got a great footy 20 kicking in from dummy half. There's the try by Walsh.
Well, it's anyone's guess what's going to happen in the wash-up here, but should Brisbane go on to win this, that high shot of Reece Walsh sprinting onto the ball and single-handedly taking on the Storm to score that try will live in grand final immortality. Danica.
Yes, there's plenty happening on the sideline here. It's been a category 2 for Brendan Piakura, who came off for that HIA.
40-20 attempt here by Hunt. Doesn't have the angle. Sorry, Danica.
So he'll undergo the testing. We've also got an update on Jack Howarth. He has officially been ruled out of the night due to that groin injury. And then Alex McDonald, he's come from the field with an elbow injury. He had a collision with the uprights.
It's chaos down on the sideline.
Well, you called it, Bill. Ben Hunt 40-20. Have you coached him or something?
He's always looking, he's always scheming. He's one of those real competitors that loves to be in the game. And at dummy half, he gets the first choice whenever he play the ball. And if he sees it, he'll play.
It's actually one of the storylines that might have been overlooked a little in the lead into this grand final, but it's his 355th appearance tonight. He draws equal with Lockie in third position on the list of most games played. Only Cameron Smith and Cooper Cronk have played more than Ben Hunt and Darren Lockyer. Here's Tuikama Kamitha out on the ground now. He'll be part of the Pacific's biggest sporting event, which returns in 2025. It's International Rugby League Unleashed, the Pacific Champs. Kicks off Saturday, October 18. NRL.com/tickets to get there, and you should do so. Those squads of Tonga and Samoa, along with New Zealand, absolutely incredible. Katoa, questionable ball. Is there a kick coming towards Xavier Coates? Hughes was rushed. Munster has time. Kicks in the air. Coates sprinting through. They fly. The Broncos have touched it over the touchline.
First off Brisbane.
Yeah, did Coates get a touch? Well, the first one off Brisbane. Melbourne will get the ball back here.
First off Brisbane and Melbourne.
And Jerome Hughes, he gives the ball to Munster. He runs a long way before he kicks the ball. Coates goes up and competes. Ooh, I'm not sure about that.
Well, what happened, they went the 2 pass to Munster, which brought up the outside backs, especially Katoni Staggs.
Oh, that's close.
Which then isolated the winger.
Melbourne now 10 away. Tuikama Kamitha. He's off contract after tonight's game. He could be on the move. Hughes has been immense. And none better, really, than this man, Eli Katoa, who closes to within 3 metres of the Broncos' line now. Harry Grant, the inside-out pass. Liero trying to find some space in behind the play the ball. 4 metres away. Grant, Hughes, right foot step. Right foot step! Jerome Hughes with an incredible individual effort.
Oh, great try. Watch the work of Harry Grant and watch the markers. What happens to the markers of the Broncos? And then the champion halfback with footwork. Just watch Harry Grant. Harvey Norman replay. He'll look left. Both markers will go there. He'll come back right, and the markers stop. They stop. Right foot, right foot, right foot. Under the post. The halfback and the dummy half working their magic. Incredible.
Well, you know better than anyone, Joey. The greatest threat for a half is their running game. And you've got Munster on one side, and this man, Jerome Hughes, dislocated shoulder, broken arm, but he's got some feet. He's got some sparks in his shoes tonight. Look at this. This will show it beautifully. Right foot, just waiting for someone not to fill the space, waiting for someone to stop moving their feet, and Jerome Hughes will catch you.
He likes that one.
13 tries in 14 games against the Broncos for Jerome Hughes. Many people were scratching their head when he was selected last week, but the way he influences and improves Melbourne's attack when he is there is so profound. A try last week, another one on the big stage tonight. This Melbourne Storm spine in fine Fenelon grand final night. The 1, the 6, the 7 and the 9. They've lost just one game as a combination in the season this year.
That was a run.
Well, the points are running with possession, aren't they? The Broncos early, Melbourne with a run of ball. They scored 3 tries. And Brisbane got a couple of sets down on Melbourne's line. Reece Walsh cracked them open, and again, Hughes with the try. What a ball!
Stop it. It is the king.
What about that pass? He's fighting passes no one knew he had tonight.
I wonder if that's in Craig Bellamy's playbook. It's in Ellie Katoa's.
Well, they're certainly playing with freedom, aren't they? Munster belts one high in the air. It falls to ground a metre away from Brisbane's goal line.
Great set after points. They win 100 metres.
Karapani.
Hasn't he lit it up since he's had the opportunity?
Here's the origin bolter. Emmett Shibasaki. And now Willison, great tackle. Harry Grant cut him down. Ezra into dummy half now. Goes for a run, takes on the defence himself, up near the halfway line on tackle number 5.
Tower again.
Reynolds belts it high into the night sky, swirling around, taken comfortably by Pappenhausen. They are playing with absolute freedom. Supreme confidence. Wishart. Tackle made by Tyson Smoothie. 90 seconds until the break. Melbourne, great front runners, but you don't need to be reminded. The Broncos trailed 14-0 against the Panthers last week and came back to win through to tonight. Here's Harry. Munster up on the advantage line. A pass to Wishart.
We saw the completion rates up before. Nearly perfect, the Storm. 57% of possession.
Hughes kicking ball, chasing, taken well. And Walsh is past to Ezra Mam. He knocked it backwards. Luckily, from the Brisbane perspective, he was able to recover.
Well, it was on. If he caught the ball, there was space.
And he goes again.
That's the way he played.
Is there anything more Reece Walsh than that? Yes, Danica.
Some positive news for the Broncos. Brendan Priakura has passed his head injury assessment, so he'll be allowed back into the action in the second half.
Carrigan passing from inside their own 20. The Broncos shift. Ezra Mam away to Katoni Staggs. Wishart did well to recover, having been beaten the first time. They wanted a penalty there. Throng of Broncos supporters. Walsh lets it sing. Shibasaki into some room here. Shibasaki punches into the backfield. He's dragged down by Pappenhausen. Another great individual effort. The siren's about to go. They've got one last shot. Hunt gives it away. Walsh on the inside. Big Xavier Willis, and he's tackled a metre shy.
Oh, wow.
Pappenhausen twice.
Well, he's appealing for a high tackle.
One challenge.
Well, what a first half.
Adam.
What a first half.
Well, that was incredible. That was incredible. End to end, side to side. Both teams using the football, and both stars on each side of the field are shining at the moment.
6 tries in the first half of the grand final for season 2025. One of them to this man, Reece Walsh. And the Broncos, if they want to lift the trophy, are going to have to continue this pattern of comeback victories. It's 22 points to 12. Melbourne in the ascendancy. The highest scoring first half in grand final history. Melbourne 22, lead the Broncos 12. Brisbane trailed Canberra by 16 in week 1 of the finals and won. They trailed the Panthers by 14 last week and won. They trail by 10 heading into the second half here, yet Melbourne have led 18 times at half-time so far in the season and have got on to win 14. There's 40 minutes left in the greatest season we have witnessed. Tuikama Kamitha comes rumbling back to get the second half underway. Josh King, what a half of football he has offered. Starts the second half in a similar fashion, and now a determined run by Eli Katoa. A blinding first 40 minutes.
He was incredible at first half, Katoa.
And now Pappenhausen. The try scorer in Melbourne's last grand final victory on this ground back in 2020, Hughes. Perhaps a miss kick of sorts. The ball bouncing favourably for Josiah Karapani. But the two halves for Melbourne surge and they drag him back to the 20.
You move the mark.
Here's Shibasaki. Melbourne played with such amazing pace in that first half, Billy.
Yeah, it'd be interesting this second 40 and what Craig Bellamy has instructed his men. More of the same, or do they tighten the screws and play more percentage football? Try and enforce some errors out of this Broncos outfit.
Brisbane, we know what Brisbane are going to do, throw everything at Melbourne. Well tackled there, Nick Meaney on Shibasaki. It comes to Reynolds. Wow. That was a strange old kick. It wobbled its way towards touch and over on the full.
Well, there's those screws. The pressure from the Melbourne Storm coming out at Reynolds. The Kings won. Kamitha's there.
You saw that kick. Normally hits it right in the centre of the boot. That time he hit the instep. Totally got his timing wrong there, Adam Reynolds.
Munster takes on the defence and runs for 15 metres. He ran for nearly 200 metres last week, Cameron Munster. Staggering numbers for a 5'8". Melbourne setting up for another attacking surge. 20 metres away. Grant with a scamper. Munster playing flat to Sean Bloor. Again, they double down that left-hand side. Wishart comes running onto it. Tackle number 5. A metre away. Grant for Munster. Tries to roll it through. Coleman Kamitha's claiming a try. And the referee agrees.
Wow.
What a kick by Munster.
Well, that was his third option. His first one was to run. His second to pass. And his last option was to kick.
The body language doesn't look good, though.
Harvey Norman replay, just drops it on the right foot. He's a left foot kicker. Kema Kamitha, he gets a grab of the footy. Does he get it down? He's claiming it.
He's dropped the ball, and Reece Walsh was there to at least apply some pressure, and the big front rower has knocked the ball on.
The size of her hands. How's he dropped that ball?
Yeah, the pressure from Walsh was
Okay,
enough.
we're just under review on grounding from Tui.
He nearly swallowed the ball with his hand.
What the deftness of soft touches by Munster with the kick.
Cleared all kick chase and all aspects of play leading up to this. The contact is okay by Reece Walsh. Tui Kamikamica loses the ball over the try line. We have a decision.
Well, that's a moment right there. There we say it. If Melbourne score there, it becomes infinitely more difficult for Brisbane to surge back.
What about the decision-making at the last minute from Munster, Joey?
What do you say? It's just freakish. How long since Tui scored a try? Decades? One this year. Perhaps not quite.
So Carrigan. So there's the mastermind coaching an 11th grand final in 23 years. He breaks Wayne Bennett's record tonight of 10 grand finals as a coach. And he's the man that really has built this Melbourne Storm kingdom, the great Craig Bellamy. Gee, that's a good read by Meany, although he can't stick to Ezra Mam, who bounces away from King this time and then accelerates hard and gets cleaned up.
Well, he thought it was a try, Tui. He's disappointed.
Willison. Stopped by Munster. Ben Hunt for Adam Reynolds. Ricky chasing through. Walsh sprinting. Pappenhausen flies and knocks the ball on.
Look on Melbourne. You create that momentum by jumping over everybody.
Holding an arm too, Pappenhausen.
It was a big collision on the turf.
What do you want it?
It was a brave effort.
He flew high. He just clips Reece Walsh. Everyone's eyes for the footy.
Reece Walsh put his hands. Oh, no, I think
they're all going for the ball.
Oh, gee, that's an awkward landing.
10 seconds.
Given everything he's been through from an injury and head knock perspective, that is so brave.
Well, that's a reward for putting in the effort and getting down there and competing. And get another set here, the Broncos.
There's a moment in time for Brisbane now.
Surrender. Stand now.
Prime territory, 5 minutes after half-time. Walsh stumbles to his feet, really. It comes to Hetherington.
Go now on the line, Josh.
He's stopped by the workhorse Josh King, who gives away a 6 more. Reynolds, Ezra Mam, Gemmet Shibasaki. He gets between defenders and puts the ball on the line.
that was too easy. Way too easy. Melbourne Storm defence quite passive. And they just go through the hands and score in the corner. We've got a game. Harvey Norman replay. They get the 6 to go. Catch. Pass. That's a try. Billy, all too easy.
They just held off Ezra Mam and Gemmet Shibazaki. Once he gets into that 10-metre zone, he's a try scorer. That's his 17th try for the year.
Wow.
What a change, what a turning point. Kemakamitha down the other end goes within millimetres of scoring a try, and the Broncos go 100 metres, get a bit of a reward for the effort that Walsh put in on the kick chase. And Shibasaki, he's shortened the deficit.
Billy, they hardly got up on the outside there. They were pretty much standing on their own try line. Very much unlike the Melbourne Storm. Normally on their line, really aggressive defensively. It's a big kick coming up here.
Doesn't that put a different perspective on Kemakamitha's drop at the other end? What a turnaround. What a try for Shibasaki. What a season for Gemmet Shibasaki. He was in the wilderness in the off-season leading into season 2025. Reynolds with a right to left hook. No good. 7 tries in the grand final for season 25. And still 33 and a half minutes to run. Nick Meany gets us back underway. Gee, Carrigan's been huge. Yes, Danica.
Just an update on Alec McDonough. We have spoken to the staff here on the sideline. They are saying that he's a 50-50 chance of returning. He's come back out in the second half with that elbow heavily strapped, and he has spent some time on the bye, keeping those legs ticking over, so certainly some positive signs there.
All right, well, with Howarth out of the action and Wishart playing in the centres, they're already down to a 16-man rotation. Kobe Hetherington muscles his way up past Brisbane's 40-metre line. Shibasaki leading the metre eaters. A century each for Mariner and Pappenhausen as well. Adam Reynolds, the only grand final winner in this Brisbane team this evening. That was a beautiful kick. It sat up just as he wanted it to. And Ezra Mam comes racing through. Oh no, he might be gone. Reynolds has waved to the trainer. He's gone. Another injury for Adam Reynolds in the biggest game of the year, Brad.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the bench. Corey Pakes, he's up. He's got the 9, and that means Ben Hunt, he'll move back into halfback. But yeah, he's going off. He's off. He's tapped out.
Wow, well, look, it's a repeat of what happened when Brisbane went down to Amy Park back in round 22. He and Mam, of course, injured in the same tackle. We thought, well, many thought, The Broncos season was gone when that happened. They haven't lost a game since.
Yeah, he's gone off on the other side. He's on the ground now. And Pakes is on the field. And Ben Hunt will go to halfback.
So it is Ben Hunt's opportunity to potentially own Brisbane's grand final resurgence, but they're still trailing the all-conquering Melbourne Storm. You didn't think this grand final would follow the script, did you? Nothing this season has gone to script. Another spirited surge by Walsh up on the halfway. Pakes now, Hetherington. He nearly gets through the line, he keeps it alive. Ezra Mam in support. He beat Harry Grant. He wants to get up and play it quickly. It's the last. The fans wanted 6 more. Grant Atkins didn't agree. Hunt whacks it up in the air. Xavier Coates in a jumping contest here. The ball's come out. It's still the last. And there is a knock-on detected by Brisbane.
Wow. Cody Hetherington's proving a real handful.
They're challenging it, Bill.
There's Reynolds.
31.
Well,
He'll make his way over the other side.
Okay, just back here on the 31-metre mark, you tripped Ezra Mam.
So that bit of attack.
Well, they're saying Harry Grant tripped Ezra Mam.
How far are we going to go back?
That was a play before.
Please. But that was on the back of a shift coming out of trouble. Bruce Walsh got on the outside of it, played the ball quick, but it scattered the defence.
Then it was Hetherington. He's a real handful with his leg speed.
Well, that's such an unfortunate and sad sight. The veteran Adam Reynolds, the 35-year-old, who desperately wanted to be there until the end, being carried back towards the Brisbane sheds by the trainers.
Well, here come the Broncos. And where's their little fullback?
There's their old halfback. Ben Hunt dumps it underneath now, and Jordan Ricky tackled 13 away from the Melbourne Storm line. Big Xavier Willison trucks it forward. He's tackled underneath the black dot. You feel something brewing here. Pakes for Hunt. He plays flat. What a critical tackle that was. The ever-reliable Nick Meaney. Hunt now. And Hetherington. Put down by Katoa and Kamikamitha within 5 metres of the line. Great hands, man. He pings a kick towards the in goal and Pappenhausen's trap. That was incredible by Ezra Mam.
Incredible. Ball at his knees. He gets the ball off balance and somehow manufactures a kick with his ball at his ankles, off balance, and then gets a beautiful kick in the in goal. Watch this.
15.
No right to catch it, and then off balance, looks up. Oh, pretty.
Yeah, I was just looking on the sideline. Payne Haas has been on the bike since he's come out from half-time.
They've nailed the short restart. The ball's tapped back. The Broncos have got it. Yes, well, he went off the ground about 10 minutes before half-time, Brad.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I'm looking at Patrick Carrigan. He's played the entire game. I'm wondering how much longer he's got. He may need a rest.
A decider that has lived up to the billing. Willison muscles his way inside the 10. 5 short when he played it. Walsh now up against the big man. They can't foot it with him. No one can really. Look at this. He's spinning in and out of tackles. He comes back to the middle. He goes to Ezra. He bumps away. They've got 6 more here, Brisbane.
Well, they're getting excited.
Possession mounting up in favour of the Broncos. Melbourne having to dig deep. Carrigan for Hunt. The ball goes to Ricky. A desperate legs tackle. That's a try saver by Munster. Willison again. With all of his size and strength, he can't get on the ground.
Well, tackle 3, time off. Xavier, 3.
Well, still 30 minutes to go, 28 minutes to go in this game, but you just get the feeling if the Broncos score here, or if the Melbourne Storm hold them out, it'll be a deciding factor.
Here's Katoni Staggs. Wow, he whips a pass out the back. Willison again. This is incredible goal line defence by Melbourne. Defending like the champion team they are. Ben Hunt. Pat Carrigan. Where's Walsh? Here he is. Probably not the way they want him to get the volley. Harvard bridges it over the top. And it's a seen anything like it.
Wow.
50 metres.
Forward.
Clock's on.
Oh, things just happen around him. Here he is here. Throws the ball. Yeah.
That's the right decision.
Well,
It's the right
Warbrick was
decision.
going for the intercept. Warbrick was thinking intercept for a moment. Kiripani got on the outside. Oh, they're dangerous. They are a dangerous footy team.
Melbourne have survived. Somehow.
It's great defence, wasn't it?
Oh, what an exhilarating phase of the grand final that
Well, that's premiership winning defence, that.
was. So maybe the greatest modern day front rower is ready to come back.
Willison's on the ground. He went low on Tyron Wishart and he got a hip.
And he'll be off any moment.
He must be strong on the hips, Tyron Wishart.
Munster and Hughes. Meany with some room. Oh, great tackle. Man around the ball. He forces it out of Will Warbrick's grasp.
Well, that's a moment.
A big shot. Big impact by Ezra Mam.
Here comes Payne Haas. He rumbles onto the field.
Listen to the roar.
Give me the ball here.
Well, the comparisons have been evident between he and Glenn Lazarus, and the great Lazarus won premierships with both of the clubs out there tonight, in addition to one with Canberra. Carrigan slips a pass out the back. They're keeping it alive here. It goes to Mam. Good strong tackle on Piakura.
They're going well to hold them out here, Melbourne. They are airborne, the Broncos.
Hetherington, he's made a real impact from the bench tonight. Centre of the ground, Corey Pakes. Hunt patrolling the right side. Big tackle again. Carrigan gets mashed. Pakes for Wells. He's given the money ball. It's a second try to Dean Mariner, and it's Walsh who delivers the present.
What a finish we got. The Broncos. Watch this pass from dummy half. Dean Mariner. Here's the tackle. Everything in there on the Harvey Norman replay from Ezra Mam. And then Reece Walsh, who watched the pass from dummy half. Off balance. Oh, he's falling backwards and finds the fullback, and look at that. Oh, we got a game on our hands, Billy.
Well, it's the two little men. Ezra Mam, he comes up with a big play on Will Warbrick. And then Reece Walsh, you've just got to get him the ball. Things happen around him. He threw a forward pass only moments ago that nearly led to a try down the other side. And then he throws a bullet to Mariner. The Broncos are back in it.
Was it Ben Hunt from dummy half?
Yeah.
He got pushed. There's a Caxton. Well, they're happy.
Yeah, pushed by Munster.
That pass from Hunt to find his champion fullback. Dean Mariner, hasn't he had a season?
Well, how much petrol will this take out of the Melbourne Storm? The last 10 minutes, it just feels like they've been defending their try line. They were nearly on empty there.
So with Reynolds off the ground, the goal-kicking duties fall to Reece Walsh. He has a kick to level the grand final.
Well, he had the yips last week. Serious yips. You know what he's like.
How would you know what's going to happen for the rest of this game? What a contest. Walsh out to the left, 22-20. We're just under a month away until the glitz and glamour descends upon Flemington for the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Join us from Saturday, November 1, starting with a Derby Day, live and free on 9. And streaming, of course, on 9 now. The home of sport, 9's wide world of sport. It's a grand final double for Dean Mariner. Hasn't taken them long to narrow this margin. The comeback kings of the NRL are at it again. Perhaps a bit like a thoroughbred, they might not want to hit the lead too early.
Oh, they'd love to hit the lead. Don't worry about that.
Oh, it bounces towards the dead ball line. And Hetherington was there to protect it. This is a grand final right out of the box.
Well, everything's on the line. And they're responding to players.
So Payne Haas, after probably a longer than usual break, will have plenty to throw at them towards the back end of this game. And Ezra Mam's running is causing Melbourne all sorts of issues. 10 from the halfway. Pakes to Carrigan. Now to Ben Hunt. Here's Reece Lightning. He's left Munster standing. He goes to Staggs. Staggs to Mariner. The pass was behind him. He had to prop. And he gets up as far as the 20. Look how far they've travelled here. From the dead ball line to Melbourne's 20. Ben Hunt, Ezra Mam, Reece Walsh now has a look, fires another pass. It was very flat. Shibasaki's gone over. Stop it. The Broncos have hit the front.
It was a bullet. It was a bullet from Reece Walsh to Shibasaki. I mentioned his power earlier in the half. Whether it's his running, his kicking, or his passing. Harvey Norman replay. They get the ball to their strike number 1, and just watch this bullet. Wooshka. Nice and low. Shibasaki inside that 10-metre zone. He's too big and too strong. The Broncos are in front.
Well, we've seen this from the Broncos 2 years ago. They were up 24-8 around this time with 20 to go. We thought they were going to go on a win by 50. Let's see what's going to happen. They just play. When they're confident, when they've got momentum, they can't be stopped. Reece Walsh, he made the space on the right, then came back to the left. Watch the hammy there.
Well, they carried him off, but he's found his feet to celebrate a second try for Gemmet Shibasaki. And they are following a familiar pattern of finishing downhill. The Broncos from 10 down at half-time are now leading by a couple.
Billy, I'm looking at the storm behind the post. What's being said?
Well, they'll just be trying to settle things, settle the game. Try and get it into a state where it's cycling again. Get some... They haven't had the football the last 10 minutes. It's been all Broncos.
Not since Kamikamitha dropped the ball over the line.
Yeah.
100%.
They need to just settle and force the opposition to kick out of their own half. Then they can start playing.
The fearless fullback with another shot at goal.
They looked a bit shell-shocked, Bill. Someone's got to stand up here defensively, put a big shot on.
This one comes back beautifully. Danica.
Yes, just an update on the Broncos bench at the moment. So we do have confirmation, no surprise here. Adam Reynolds, he will not be returning. Initial thoughts is from the medical team that it is a calf injury, but there has been mayhem here on the sideline because the Broncos have actually lost an interchange. So when Xavier Willison came off for a head injury assessment, there was confusion as to when he was brought off. And the Broncos thought it was a head injury assessment card, but it wasn't. So they have lost an interchange in that situation. Good news though, Xavier Willison is okay and he will be able to return to the action.
Nothing quite like a grand final to generate drama, not just on the field, but on the sidelines as well.
Well, the atmosphere must be incredible. Freddie, what's the crowd like?
We're all under the spell of the Broncos. Reece Walsh. Wow.
Still toiling away, Pat Carrigan. The Broncos on their 20, now Haas. Good strong defence there. Liero led the way off the line. Pakes. And Ezra Mam. And now Peter Kura. They're punching holes in them right across the park. Up onto the halfway line now. Ball played to Pakes. A kick by Ben Hunt. It's a floater. He's hit it beautifully. No one wants it. It bounces up a Pappy. Look out. Oh, wow. A catch and pass in one motion, and Xavier Coates gets whacked like it's Tony Staggs. Here's Wishart. And now Warbrick. Melbourne trying to wrestle their way back into this game. An offload effected by Katoa. It goes through Grant, and now it comes to Meany. Hughes for Munster. Some submissive outside defence by Brisbane, but the ball's been lost. Wishart has spilt it.
That was a great set from Melbourne. They rolled up. You could feel the momentum starting to shift. Here goes Katoni. The wide.
Oh, what a run. He's got 8 tries in his last 8 games. He was named in the Dally M Team of the Year this week, Katoni Staggs.
The Broncos are running downhill. There's the Westpac red zone. And play the balls inside 20. And 26 for the Broncos, 18 for Melbourne.
Here's Walsh. Sizzling left foot step again. The defence equal to it. Haas on the back of that goes rumbling through the middle. He beats Munster. He's 15 metres away. They're getting better the longer this game goes on. Ezra Mann now dances with them.
Sack 6, handover.
It's a handover right on Melbourne's goal line. Coates whacked on his 10-metre line. And from the other side of the ground, Warbrick, that's a tremendous run.
They would love a penalty, Melbourne.
And Wishart tackled well. Ben Hunt down below. Munster plays behind. He finds Hughes, then Pappenhausen. The wizard from the first half, Eli Katoa, has to submit in the tackle 11 from the halfway. Harry Grant, Jerome Hughes inside past Meany, well read. Shibasaki.
Big tackle.
Here's the last. Munster, he has a look up. He kicks high and very long. Well out of the grasp of the oncoming chasers. And a great return by Mariner. Atavalu Lasati sent out there in his first grand final. 15 of this Melbourne Storm team played last year. And they're being spurred on by the prospect of atonement. At the moment, things are not going their way.
Tackle 2.
Walsh is complaining of some high contact here. Perhaps it was incidental.
We're going to play the ball over here, mate, from the tree out the back. You going to play it?
So the bunker will not come in, is that right, unless it's a reportable offence? So well done.
So Jensen sent back out there by Michael Maguire, who is trying to join a very elite coaching group tonight. Only 5 coaches in the game's history have won grand finals with 2 clubs. Great kick to the corner. And taken effectively by Warbrick, who got tackled strongly by Mann. The list includes Bennett, Gibson, Sheens, Gould and Anderson. And now Pappenhausen. Very good yardage.
Melbourne have found a way to get some cycle into this game. Now they need to find the energy and the petrol and get their key position players the ball, double up on their plays or connect together.
To the no-frills Trent Liero. Up on the halfway line now. Harry Grant. Jerome Hughes. Tantalising kick. It's taken nicely by Karapani. Gee, those wingers have been good for Brisbane, haven't they? Karapani comes tearing back.
Yeah, and just the last little bit, they've been finding space on kick returns as well. That's a worrying sign for Melbourne.
Shibasaki goes backwards to create some space, and he does so. Sends it to centre, Katoni Staggs. Stopped at a must-make tackle by Wishart. Look at this from Brisbane. They are coming in waves. 15 and a half left in the grand final. Jensen now. There's still only 4 points the difference in this. If you were judging it on momentum, you'd say the Broncos lead by quite a margin, but it's more than achievable for Melbourne. Oh, Pappenhausen with an incredible catch. Picked it up almost off his bootlaces.
Mark that down. That was a poor ending to the set. So march downfield here. Here it is. He just runs into the back of Hughes. If they get through this set and get some go forward, they'll finish their set inside Brisbane's 20.
There's Lasati. He and Stefano, the only two players in this Melbourne lineup tonight that didn't feature in last year's grand final 17. Hughes now. Here's an opportunity. Meaney, good hands out the back. Oh, it's in the nutmeg. And Warbrick's put his foot on the line.
Jeez, it's casual then.
And guess who's right on his tail? There's Raman. He's been all over Will Warbrick this second half. Here it is here. There was a chance on the right-hand side for Melbourne. Katoa gets it to Meaney. Warbrick goes straight between his legs. And then the urgency from Ezra Mann. He puts the pressure on.
Well, Danica, it's the home of big rugby league games here at Accor Stadium, Sydney, but this is really something else, this atmosphere tonight.
Oh, you can feel the tension all around Accor Stadium at the moment. We've just been given the official crowd attendance. It is 80,223 here tonight.
For Karapani. Tackle one. Josiah. The independent doctor's asked you to leave, mate. Karapani. Tackle one, you gotta go, mate.
All right, a winger is being sent for examination.
Well, that'll be interesting because there's no outside back on the bench. That'll force a Piakura or a Ricky into the centres.
So Willison is the man who's going to go on and replace him.
One of the back rowers, probably Brendan Piakura. Just watch this now. That's a deficiency in the defensive line for the Broncos over the next 15 minutes. It'll be their left edge to see if Jerome Hughes attacks that side. Here they go.
Here is an opportunity now. A mistake by the Broncos near the halfway line.
What are you on the scrum? Harry, scrum. Lock on.
He did it with Souths in 2014 and Michael Maguire calling the shots 11 years on. Just an error in the play the ball.
Yeah, just a lapse in concentration. And just watch the key position players for Melbourne here. They'll set up a play for this right-hand side. Get a Brendan Piakura in the centres. See if they can create a mismatch.
Pappenhausen, a dummy and a dash. Pappy for the corner. Walsh comes over in cover and the backhanded flick missed the mark. Shibasaki tries to launch a counter-attack now. It goes to Staggs. He beats Muntz. They're back to the 30. Incredible.
Well, you called it, Bill. They attacked that side and Reece Walsh once again. He stopped it. Kamikamitha try, then he stopped that one.
Well, he scored him, he set him up, now he's saving him.
He might have saved the premiership. But from a Melbourne Storm perspective, that is a spark of hope. A clean break by Pappy.
Yeah, it won't be the last time they attack that edge, though.
Down the right-hand side, Ricky now.
Well, we know Pappenhausen is lightning. Reece Walsh picked him up in 10 metres.
Ben Hunt goes boom. Oh, it's a tester. Oh, Warbrick, he did not look comfortable when he took the catch, and that's all that matters. And gets knocked over sternly on his own 20.
Here's the chase by Walsh. Oh, that's a big play.
Did he come from the lock position, Bill?
Come from the scrum.
Wishart running backwards and gets flung into the ground. See, that's a mismatch, Willison versus Wishart. Well, what can these champion spine players manufacture here? 4 of them in combination, all together there. The ball comes out to the left, Wishart.
Well defended, they didn't panic. They all worked together.
It was Grant to Hughes to Munster to Pappenhausen. And now the number 7 snaps one back in over the top. Walsh looks up and sees Melbourne storm purple, and he's tackled on his own 20-metre line. More news from Danica.
Just an update on Karapani. He's gone in for HIA. It's been classified as Category 2 at the moment, but with 10 minutes to go on the clock, he's racing it to be able to return to the field.
That's a run, Willison. Up against 3 Melbourne Storm players. He got the better of all of them. Now, King's made a play there. There was a suggestion perhaps the marker wasn't onside. The crowd certainly thought so. The referee stays out of it. Willison tackled again beyond the halfway line. Corey Pakes. Payne Haas goes thundering towards Melbourne's defence. Tackled outside the 30-metre line. Hunt with the up and under. It's a brilliantly weighted kick. Pappenhausen, he takes it and accelerates away.
Stand up.
We're inside the last 10 minutes of the season, and the Melbourne Storm have got an
ruck,
offside penalty.
You deliberately stood in the ruck.
Well, Grant Atkins has been trying to let this game flow. He's done a great job. This one he couldn't ignore.
Well, are we inside the last 10 minutes of the season?
Well, they're going to get a set start here. They've had no ball whatsoever in this second half. No field position. I wonder what Munster, wonder what he's got up his sleeve. There's the second half completions. Look at that, 14 to 17 for Broncos, 7 to 12 for Melbourne.
$60-40 possession split in favour of Brisbane after half-time. Liero now. Tackled by Carrigan and Willison. Grant waiting. First receiver Hughes. Munster on the left. He goes to Lasati. Oh, hang on, we've got a problem with Ben Hunt here. He's been knocked out cold. And they take off down the left.
Yeah,
Hunt's stag. Oh, he's gone, Ben Hunt.
Don't stop for anybody that's in that condition. Stay there.
Wow, this is disaster for Brisbane. Reynolds gone, and now Ben Hunt's about to join him.
Oh, he gets his head on the wrong side.
With the grand final on the line, the most experienced halves combination in the game's history are both about to be benched.
So what happened there, Smoothie will go into the halves.
Yeah, you just got to find someone to defend in his position. Leave the ball playing up to Ezra Mam and Reece Walsh. Smoothie will go into that position. Maybe Corey Pakes. Last play here too. Melbourne they're deep out to the right-hand side. They look to run the football. Put up a kick for Warbrick.
So it's a forlorn-looking Ben Hunt who makes his way to the sideline. Tyson Smoothie is the man who'll go on to replace him. Is this the night that Ben Hunt exercises the demons of 10 years ago? He'll have to do so watching on from the sideline. Should his Brisbane Broncos hang on from here? 8.5 to go. Feels like an eternity for both teams. Well, particularly for Brisbane with Melbourne chasing points here. Can they get the try they need? Pappenhausen, a great tackle again by Ezra Mann. And it was the last. Well, they forgot.
Poor option, really poor option. We had about a minute break. Brisbane got their defensive line sorted, got their breath back, and needed to find a kick there. That's a poor end. Really poor end. He's a great Piakura.
Yes. Stern run by the back rower. And now Payne Haas gets monstered in a big tackle. Don't see that very often. Lasati over the top. The busiest person here at a core is Danica Mason.
Just an update on Ben Hunt, what we probably all thought and feared, but we've been told that he has been showing Category 1 symptoms, so that means he will not be able to return for these final 7.5 minutes.
Fourth tackle kick by Reece Walsh. Pappenhausen gets it in good field position. He comes back and he's met in a great tackle.
Well, they got the petrol to fire some shots here, Bill.
Well, that's the key. And they've got the firepower. They have the fuel.
Getting behind the ball now, they're big men. McDonald back on.
Yeah, this is where Munster needs to get involved. He needs to connect with Hughes. They need to play now.
6 to the 7, now to the 1. And here's Meaney back on the inside. He beat Ezra Mann. He runs into Payne Haas and Patrick Carrigan and Corey Jensen. Here's Harry, the perennial danger from dummy half. Away to Munster, there's some space on this left-hand side. Wishart tries to duck underneath Ricky, but unsuccessful. Last tackle. It'll come to Munster. He kicks back towards the left, towards Xavier Coates. It's still the last tackle. It was all Melbourne. It's dived on by Brisbane. Tyson Smoothie gets on the loose ball.
Well, he got out and pressured Munster and then got off the ground to get that ball. That's a big play.
Another tremendous run by Mariner.
Well, with those experienced halves off, this is where Ezra's got to take over. He's got to organise his troops and let Reece Walsh float.
Can't get their last play wrong. They get their last play wrong, they'll give Melbourne a chance.
Jensen.
Their workers have been great tonight. Jensen, Hedrington, these players.
They get to tackle 5. Here's Mann. They rushed him. The ball goes to Smoothie. The pass misses the mark. I think it's still play on. Mariner's got it. No, it's a forward pass.
Well, he's in two minds, Smoothie. He was thinking kick and then pulled his hands back and went to pass. You got to go with your first instinct. He thought kick.
The premiership will come down to the final 5 minutes. There's hope for Melbourne. This is a disjointed Brisbane team. It's a patchwork set up at the moment with key men off the field and Pappenhausen blitzing down the wing. Warbrick now, Pappy back on the inside. Ezra Mann with an inspired chase. He plays it to Pappenhausen. Brisbane trying to rally back on side.
He's dropped it.
He's forced a mistake with an incredible tackle. It's Walsh.
Reece Walsh.
Walsh with a shot that jumps the ball free.
It's play on.
Knock on there.
They're going to call...
Knock on Melbourne. Knock on Melbourne.
Knock on Melbourne. Atui Kamano went to offload the ball. Big tackle, Reece Walsh.
Guys, knock on them. Your ball.
A line break down the right-hand side by Warbrick. Ezra Mann, he comes up with a try saver. And then the little fullback. Oh, the tackle on Atui Kamano.
Stefano lose the ball forward into a Brisbane player.
Well, is this a Hail Mary from the Melbourne Storm?
There's high contact from Ezra Mann on
Mann.
Stefano Udukamano. This is a penalty. The challenge is successful.
The Melbourne Storm will get the ball back 20 metres from the Broncos line.
It's a penalty. It's high contact.
Well, this little rest has given the Melbourne Storm time to get some oxygen, but also time to communicate. And this will be up to Munster and Hughes. Harry Grant in the middle.
Freddie is prowling the sidelines. 4 to go, Brad.
Oh, it's incredible. The atmosphere, it's so tense. Everyone's just standing and staring. I don't think anyone really knows what's going on. They're just watching in disbelief. These two teams just go from end to end to end. 4 minutes to go.
But one thing, they've had a good rest. It's been about a minute since that drop ball.
And the other factor, Joey, is there's deficiencies in the Broncos' defensive line. Where Ben Hunt was standing,
Nice and smooth, he said.
Yep.
The biggest passage of the season, right here, right now. The Storm trying to break down Brisbane's goal line defence. Harry Grant. Hughes to Munster. The show and run, but he's wrapped up. One try brings them back level. A converted try gives them the front. With the minutes ticking away, McDonald 2 metres short. Payne Haas, the defender. What's Harry got for us? He goes to Hughes. Pappenhausen now at pace. Meany underneath.
Oh, Pappenhausen's been hit late.
Yeah, it's a penalty. Was it
Tackle off the
Piakura?
pass. Who is it? Brendan.
He flicks the ball back on the inside to Meany. Here it is here, and Piakura, he just goes whack.
Ooh, didn't miss him.
Well, full set for Melbourne. They're standing up to the task at the moment, the Broncos. They've got the premiership.
Stefano Utoikamanu now. Melbourne perfectly positioned. Can their big guns drag this grand final back? Munster with an offload. Grant, he wanted Hughes. You can't find him. He's put down in front of the sticks. Carrigan over the top. They're 3 metres away. Plays it in front of the black dot. Hughes first receiver. Sends it left to Pappenhausen. Away to Wishart. Wishart with a pass. He's been bundled over. Xavier Coates has taken over the touchline.
Well, is that the premiership? Is it one on defence? What a moment for the Broncos. They've got injuries. It's chaos out there. And Dean Mariner, he makes a big play on Xavier Coates. Gets help from Staggs and they rush him over the sideline.
Oh, Liero with a massive shot. It's high. They've come racing in from everywhere. The Broncos would be best advised just to cool their heels. They've got the penalty.
Hang on, Dash. I'm going to get the pass. Go back. Reece, go back. Go back.
Oh, when Payne Haas goes in, they break up pretty quick.
Hang on, Ash. Tommy went there. Tommy to send. Time's off.
That's dead set send-off.
We've got the penalty. We're going to deal with it. Like the house with four. Ashley.
He's hit him straight in the head. He'll be lucky to stay on.
Well, there's been about 3 sin bins today, if we're going to be honest. We had Reece Walsh in the first half, and Brendan Piakura hitting Pappenhausen late. They've been reluctant.
That's a bad one.
Yeah, this one's going to be 10 in the bench. It might even be a bit more.
It's on report in the bin.
Trent Liero's 100th NRL game will end with him in the sin bin. The Broncos with a 1-player advantage, 2 minutes to go, and a 4-point lead in the grand final.
It's unfortunate for Trent Liero trying to force an error, but went in, point of the shoulder, straight to the head. You can't argue with that decision to bin him. And the Broncos, they got 2 minutes. If they get through this set and don't get a repeat, Storm will have 1 set of 6 with 12 men. It's Reece Walsh's performance.
664 NRL games, standing side by side, pleading for their teammates to get the job done. Adam Reynolds and Ben Hunt watching on. 1 minute 45 left. Xavier Willison. The Storm will get at least some possession. Here's Walsh, what a performance. He's busting through tackles again, and he gets, oh, the referee was about to wave his arm. He was telling him to get up. Jensen. Can Melbourne produce a miracle? Or is this Brisbane's? Haas with a monster charge, 15 metres away. Walsh now. He gives the ball to Shibasaki. He's tackled ball and all. 1 minute to go, 95 metres to travel.
They've got a minute to win it, Melbourne. And they've got to go the distance.
Warbrick tackled by Carrigan. 50 seconds of the grand final remain. Munster's got some room here. He's gone all the way to the left. The Broncos surround him eventually. Here's Wishart. Here's Jerome Hughes. They're heading back to this makeshift side of the Brisbane defence here. Katoa! He's gone through!
Reece Walsh!
Walsh has saved the game! 2 more plays probably. Meaney. Hughes now. 2 tackles left on the set. 10 seconds to go. Less than that. Hughes trying to get up. He's being held on the ground. He's done his knee, I think. I think Jerome Hughes, I think he's done his knee and can't get up. They've got probably 1 play to win it. Munster, McDonald, Grant, Meaney, Katoa. The siren's about to go. This could be it. It's all over. It's been 19 years, but the Broncos are back on top of the Rugby League world. From 10 points down to victors by 4. The Broncos are the premiers for the 7th time. And Adam Reynolds will become just the 4th Brisbane Broncos captain to lift the premiership trophy. Alan Langer did it 3 times. Kevin Walters did it in 2000. Darren Lockyer in 2006. And Adam Reynolds will join that very illustrious group. A grand final that will long be remembered. From 11th position after 13 rounds, the Brisbane Broncos are the premiers for season 2025. They've beaten Melbourne 26-22.
Reece Walsh, Billy, that second half performance, we know he's a superstar. As a champion fullback, the greatest ever. Tell us what you think about his performance.
Well, that's premiership defining performance. If he's not on the field in the last 6 weeks, they don't get to the grand final. If he's not on the field tonight, they don't win the grand final. He's had such a big part to play in this run. Ever since those injuries down in Melbourne to Ezra Mam and Adam Reynolds, he's really stood up. He's been really measured. He's been the most dangerous player on the field every time he's taken the field. Look at him.
You see the emotion from Ben.
Incredible.
You would not meet a better bloke to deserve a premiership. Freddie?
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.